Hey everybody, and we're live here on the Drums Radio, and I have a massive guest. I'm really pleased to have this young lady on the live with me, Ami Faku, all the way from South Africa. Now, this lady, and I need to explain a couple of things about her, but I want to make sure people are fully aware of the gloriousness that we have here with us live, as you might say. Rising Star was named Female Artist of the Year in 2020. She's the Southern African Music Awards, that's the SAMAs, Rising Star for that. She scored an international recognition with her tracks with Prince KB, Shimza, and Black Motion. And she joins me here today, Mr. Silk, on the Drums Radio. And I'm going to get into a conversation. We're going to get to know her. I mean, really know her. I don't want to talk about all the glossy stuff. We're going to try and find out what she secretly, has in the back of the cupboard, what she's left in the cupboard, in the fridge, what's the latest things and stuff like that. We're going to get really into it. Ami, thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the Drums Radio.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Okay, first question. Tell us a little bit about, because your career started off when you sort of exploded onto the scene through a TV show, if I'm correct. Can you explain to us how that all occurred?
Pardon, I didn't get that. The network is quite bad. What was your question?
I said your career started off when you exploded on the scene through a TV show.
Yes.
Explain a little bit about that. How did that all occur and happen?
I had prior to that auditioned to other competitions, but the Voice SA was the one that worked out, and it was a fun experience. I got to learn a lot. It was completely out of my comfort zone because I come from a small community and such opportunities are quite rare. So for me, that was really exciting, and I made sure to learn a lot from that experience.
Fantastic. So what made you, when you applied, did you think that you were going to get an answer back? Oh, actually, when you got the answer back saying, hey, we're going to have you on the show, how was that feeling?
It was honestly I feel like it was one of the first times I ever felt like my own true happiness.
Yeah.
It was like, because it was like, oh my God, I'm actually not seeing things. I actually do have the gift, because I just needed that confirmation. So when you hear other people give you those compliments, it's quite encouraging. So for me, I was really happy and excited.
Awesome. So the confirmations, you've seen a lot of people always tell you that you were a great singer and all that stuff. I mean, when did you start knowing that you had the talent?
I think it was, prior to that, I've always sang at church, because I started to sing at church, I think I was 6, and my parents constantly made me lead sing. But when I went to record my first song, I think I was 18, seeing those reviews and how much fun it was, that's when I thought, okay, this could be something, and I had an interest to pursue it later on.
Awesome. So you pursued it, you kept going, you kept growing in the scene. Did you take any vocal training, or was that something that you was naturally founded?
No, I've never taken vocal training. Never.
Never?
I actually find it, I've done it, but I've never taken it as part of my musical routine, because I really find it, it's not in my comfort zone. So I find it kind of odd, because everything that I've done was self-taught. So I never really had that. So no.
So basically using the gift from God, as you might say.
if that's, yeah, I guess.
Okay. So, tell us about what kind of music do you really like? I mean, what kind of influenced you to sing that music genres? Which genres brought the Ami Faku talent out?
I would say gospel, because I grew up in church, so this has influenced my melodies quite a lot. R&B, soulful R&B, reggae. I love how Indians sing. I really am a fan of their melody, so it's quite a variety of sounds and genres that I take from.
Okay, cool. A multi-pot of different influences and genres.
Yeah.
Do you find one that stands out a bit more to you? So if you were going to pick a talent or go into a talent contest, say, which would you sing, the R&B or the gospel, or?
I honestly would sing. I'm not sure. I would sing whatever. I'm not picky.
Oh, right.
Whatever I feel, yeah, at that
Yeah.
moment. Yeah.
Okay, cool, great stuff. Okay, so what sort of things do you like when you sing, and what inspires you to do you write when you're writing your songs? What's the inspiration you try to choose from?
It is from my own experiences, those that are around me, and just whatever that day I feel, or because sometimes I even write about things that I haven't gone through because I need to broaden my audience. So I need
Hmm.
to write other people's stories, in my own perspective. So that's how I write my music.
Okay, you come from a small township in South Africa. Explain a little bit about how people can a little bit about where you come from and stuff from nature.
So I come from a small community in Port Elizabeth, and it's called Ezinyoka, and it's a township, quite a typical township like any other in South Africa.
Mhm.
Yeah, I I wasn't really a child who was. How can I say this? I didn't really go out and be with the people. I was always, I felt anxiety all the time. So I was always indoors most of the time.
Mhm.
So yeah, but it's a very, I feel like there's many beautiful people there. I miss it actually.
How did you find yourself? How did you overcome your anxiety? Because you said you have an anxiety performing or meeting people. How did you overcome that?
It's you don't fully overcome it, but you look at the kind of work you do, and you kind of remember why you do it, and that really pushes you to go beyond your comfort zone. And I like challenges, so
Mhm.
I feel like this work challenges me all the time. So I kind of always need to let go of certain fears that I have just to kind of experience this kind of industry more.
Yeah, of course. Do you do some
Yeah.
sort of routine, like do you sort of like count little numbers before you go on stage?
No, no, I don't. I honestly just get nervous and I
Yeah.
walk in front and then I sing with my people and I become happy and I forget that I had anxiety and I have a lot of fun. Yeah.
Do you find when you're on stage you really react off of the crowd as well? So when the crowd's reacting to you, pushes your vibe even stronger.
It does. It does. It also is a great platform that challenges you on how to connect a crowd towards you.
Mm.
So it's a very interesting space to be in.
What's the greatest experience of that
My greatest experience in
in
when
front
I'm
of a
on a
crowd?
stage.
Yeah.
I would say the first time people sang my songs, and that was in Cape Town,
Yeah.
and I'll never forget that moment. It was like I felt like they were paid to sing, so I just didn't didn't understand where they were coming from. So that moment I'll never forget. Yeah.
Yeah. It was a turning point in your career where you used to finally realize yourself that I'm actually arriving. People actually know who I am.
Yeah, that was that. It was that moment of, oh my God, these guys know my music. They are singing word for word every song. So it was such an amazing moment. Yeah.
Awesome. Do you find that when you're recognized, how do you deal with that? The new found fame or the fame that was found at that time?
At that time, it was really odd. And it gets tougher as time goes. It just gets tougher and tougher. Yeah.
What do you do when a super fan sort of approaches you and gets like really like happy and sort of doesn't want to leave you alone?
I say hi. Hi, how are you? Yeah, and they're always surprised by my personality because I really don't act the way that they expect me to.
Mhm.
So it's always interesting to meet them. And also I really appreciate them just for them when they tell me they love the music and what it does for them. It's so amazing. It just reminds me that, oh, actually you are good at what you're doing. It does something for other people, and yeah, I should keep on doing it.
Yeah, definitely. Your music has been touching lots and lots of people, not only in South Africa but globally. What are the other areas your sort of like music's touching into? Which areas would you like it to explode into outside of South Africa?
Honestly, anywhere. I'm not picky. Anywhere. As long as I can go to any country and explore, because I feel like every country has something to offer and there's a uniqueness about it. And I would be super keen to go anywhere that
Okay.
will allow me to grow. Yeah.
Of course, of course. Have you actually left the country yet? As of yet, have you been abroad and performed?
I've been in Botswana.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
basically
Okay.
Swaziland. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So soon, Europe, America, globally, internationally, Japan, China, all going to get you soon.
Yes, let's put that in our.
Let's make that happen. Let's put that into the
Yeah, please.
atmosphere and make that
Yeah.
happen for you. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your favorite things as a child. What did you used to like to do as a child?
I really love to read books as a child. I miss
Hmm.
those times when I had time to myself. I used to read a lot of books, so that's what I used to enjoy.
Okay. So you went outside playing skip rope. It was find a book. Were
Oh
these
no,
books?
I played a lot. I played a lot. No, I
Okay.
played a lot. I played a lot of games, and I stopped at 16 to play when I got in trouble
Uh-huh.
for going to swim at a dam. So I
Oh
stopped
wow.
playing. I was like, okay, you guys buy me a phone so I can start using social media. And
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been. I was a very playful child.
Hmm.
Very, yeah.
Did you climb trees as such? Climbing trees
Yeah,
there.
climb trees. I stole fruits in
Oh
people's
wow.
trees with friends. I was quite a very, yeah,
Oh, you were
very
well known in the community. Well known.
very much. They know me.
Okay. Tell us, did you ever have a pet when you were young?
I did, but I just didn't take care of it pretty well. So
Oh no.
I know
What pet did you have?
I had a puppy.
A little puppy. Okay. Oh,
Yes.
okay. I'm
Yeah.
sure. I'm sure it still loves you the same way.
Ish, unfortunately, it's no longer with us.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yes. Not laughing at that, but yeah.
Okay, okay. Okay, so tell us, some of your memories for when you started to begin singing. Did you sing in church the first time when you stepped up in church to sing? How was that?
Yeah, I actually did sing at church the first time I sang, and it was quite amazing. It was quite amazing. The reaction I got from the elders there was pretty cool at that age.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So that's where I started singing at church.
Hmm. And then did you start finding albums and listening to other people's music as well and sort of copying voices, or did you just transfer on your own?
No, I definitely am inspired by a lot of work of other artists. So I listen to quite a lot of music all the time, every day actually, just to just to see what other people are doing and
Hmm.
see if I can't take anything from them. Yeah.
Okay. Give us five of your top people on your Spotify kind of listening to you right now.
Okay, it is Langamavuso, it is Manana, Chronics, Simi, and Sonel musician.
Of course, all great artists in themselves. You said Chronics there. What is the connection with the Caribbean and that sort of reggae kind of flavor that you've said a couple of times with us?
The connection.
Yeah, the reggae. What's the flavor? That's what's drawing you into that vibe of music.
Ah man, it's the writing that he specifically the way he writes
Mm.
and the emotion behind it and
Okay, we've lost you currently there. I'm sure something's happening. Yeah, have we lost
yes,
you there? You've come. Oh, wait,
yes, I've come back.
you've come back. Say.
Yes.
So let's
Yeah,
have
so
that
I'm saying
question.
it's the emotion and the fact that that music is for the people. It's for black people and it's soulful music that connects us.
Mhm.
Sorry,
Clearly,
I
that
stop.
that's okay. We know you're a
Yeah.
busy lady. Everyone knows that you're a busy lady and you're wanted everywhere, so it's gonna happen. Tell us,
Sorry.
see, what's your favorite current Chronics track or all time?
It'll always be Skanking You top one.
That's a big track. That's a big track.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. It's my favorite.
do you do you find anyone related to him in Africa that you think, oh, that kind of relates to Chronics as well?
In Africa.
Mm.
Yes, there's another guy. What's his name? I forgot his name, but he's so close to Chronics, even the way he looks. So I also listened to one of his songs, but I just forgot his name.
Okay, that's okay. So if you're out there, we've listened to you. Don't worry. We're going to find you out.
Okay.
All right. Do you dance and stuff as well?
Do I dance? I do, but I'm not a good dancer. I just have rhythm.
So
That's
you're more,
all.
so more on a dance floor rather than a full kind of blown out dance show.
I know, no. I just have rhythm. I don't have moves. I know. You can't get on that. Yeah, no.
What do you find yourself asking for when you've got your kind of at the bar? What are you kind of looking to drink? What's your favorite kind of tipple?
Jägermeister and room temperature water.
Room temperature water. Explain that, because I know why straight away why it's room temperature. Well, explain that to the audience that may not.
But no, it's just water that hasn't been put on the fridge. It just has your normal temperature. So it's not cold, it's not warm, it's just,
Room
you know,
temperature.
yeah.
But is that because of the singing and as well as the vocal cords? You want to protect them rather than using the frozen water.
Yeah, one for that. Secondly, I become nauseous when I drink cold water, and I actually don't know why.
Oh,
Even
okay.
researching about that, I never found an answer on Google. So yeah.
Wow. Okay. What's your favorite food then to go along with that?
Favorite food, meat and meat.
Me and two of the favorites, clearly.
Yeah.
Have you found what's the most disgusting thing you've ever eaten?
Most disgusting thing I've eaten
Something that you
in
went, oh my.
um what is it? It's this seafood. What do they call it? It looks like a snail. I don't even know what the name of it.
It looks like a snail.
Mussel. No, not mussels. It's not prawns. It has a shell.
It has a shell.
And you open it, it's like a snail.
It has a shell and open it like a snail. It's some kind
Yeah.
of shellfish, yeah. Okay. Some sort of shellfish. All right. Right. Tell us some of your if you were going to perform on stage and you had to put together, say, a super group of performers along with yourself. So we're looking for 4 other people to be in the group with you. So the group of 5. Who are those 4 other people?
To be in my group.
Yeah. Anyone you can have anybody.
Oh, okay. I would pick Ninel, Benza, me, and who else? I'm trying to think. Any of the employees from the office. I feel like they're quite productive people. So it's a
Yeah.
great group of So it's
Okay.
a great group of productive people.
Awesome. How about your international stars?
International stars would be Drake, Chronix,
Mm-hmm.
Black Coffee. I would say he's international,
Mm-hmm.
and Daniel Caesar.
Oh yeah, Daniel Caesar. Now that's an interesting pick. Why Daniel Caesar? Not, I
He's
know why.
he's very soulful and he expresses himself very well, and I connect to his music.
Okay, yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay, speaking about those, your music is very soulful. It's founded in a kind of like a really Southern African community spirit. When you're pressing that, what sort of R&B, neo soul, house kind of vibe are you looking for?
When I'm doing music,
Yeah.
it's always, it has to be a beat that instantly connects with me. That's how I do music. I have to instantly connect and not try too hard to work on the song and make it something. So it has to instantly make sense.
Okay, so if you're not feeling the beat, it ain't happening.
No. And I don't even try. I'm always rejecting beats because I don't have time for that. I have to really connect with something. Because music should be real and not thought out too much or be overdone. It should be just something that I enjoy doing. and it
Yeah.
should just be easy and effortless, and that's how I choose to do it.
No, sounds perfect, and that's how we like. We love the voice and the vocals that you provide on the music, and it's great to hear that that's how you do the music and process. Tell us a little bit about some of your. I mean, what was your first Afro house track that you kind of like put your vocals towards or onto? Sorry.
Onto, and I'm trying to think which one was it. I did a song with Nak Music way back 2018. Yeah,
Yeah,
that was my first. Yeah.
yeah. And how did that come about? Tell us about Nat Music. Salute, nice guy, great music. Tell us a little bit about how that all sort of came together and how you felt putting that together, that project together.
It came together through him. He sent me the beat, and I was like, okay, let me work on it and see how it goes. And it was
Okay.
a very fun track to record. But at the time, I was still living at my place in Port Elizabeth, Snail. So and he was here in Joburg, so there was a distance. So we never really met at that time. But
Okay.
I was really excited for the opportunity.
Yeah, you've met since then, of course, right?
Pardon?
You've met him now. You've already met. You've
Yes,
met
yes, I've met him.
him.
Yeah.
Okay. And who was the next Afro House track? Was that the Lemon and Herb? No, it wasn't. Was it?
Yes, Lemon and Herb in the Head.
Mm-hmm.
That's also one of my favorites.
Oh, that's when I was going to ask you that at the end of the conversation, but now we know. So right. So tell us about the Lemon and Herb experience.
It was cool. Those guys are such relaxed people. They sent me the track and I didn't like it. And they were like they're gonna send me more stuff, but on this random day it played through shuffle and I immediately had a melody, and then I called them. I was like, oh, I actually did the track, and we went to studio and we recorded, and they liked it. They liked the idea I had.
Yeah, awesome, cool guys as well, definitely. And of course, then you were how did the next one appear? Because what was the next one? Was that the Sonel?
Yes, Into Ingawe was the Sonel musician one after that. Yeah.
Now, some people globally may not yet recognize Sonel, but he's an exceptional talent, and I think that a lot of people need to be aware of that. Tell us about how how is it working with Sonel in the studio?
It was so easy. It we connected and we did like 2 songs in 4 hours, and
Wow.
They did exceptionally well in South Africa. So working with him is such a fun part of working.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you threw out the big guns. You drew them all together, didn't you? The Black Motion, the Shimza, and the Prince KB.
Yes,
I call that the. You put them all together.
After that, actually, yeah. And with that one, I started that song with Prince KB in his studio, and then he later on went to the guys, which is Black Motion and Shimza, to add more sounds and for them to collaborate on the song. So it was pretty cool to work with all these guys that I grew up watching.
Yeah, that's saying it's definitely a proper what would you say, an experience, no doubt, to have all them.
Yes, and your previous president had me on his top 20 songs. So Barack Obama knows me, okay? I just want to clarify that. Yeah,
Barack was like rocking it out to some.
Yeah, that song is cool. It gave me more recognition than I had.
Awesome. So tell us a little bit about that experience of when you actually, I was going to say, when Barack Obama played it and then people started recognizing you even more internationally. How was that experience?
It was so odd, and it was like, oh my God, they recognize me from me just singing in my native language. I didn't have to convert or anything, so it just made me feel like I'm doing something right, and it just makes me more excited to see what other songs can bring for me if I continue to work this way.
Awesome. Now, talking about, you were never together in the same studio then? you, Prince KB, and Shimza, did you all collaborate in?
Only with Prince KB I was in studio, and then Prince KB took the vocals and the production we had at the time
Yeah.
to the guys, and then they worked on it at Black Motion's studio. So
Yeah.
I wasn't there when they went to go add more work to the production.
Yeah. Okay, that's no problem. Okay, cool. All right. So tell us a bit more. So you've traversed a number of different genres of music. What's your favorite one to put your vocals to?
Honestly, for me, any production that has meaning to it and allows me to tell a story is it will be my favorite at the time.
Okay.
But mostly it has to have elements such as guitars. I like guitars and just nice keys that add to that emotion. So I would say one element of an instrument that I rarely sing without is a guitar.
So if you're going to send you a beat, make sure there's a guitar in there, gentlemen and ladies.
Oh my God, I don't want. Well, a guitar might persuade me. Yeah.
It might be the key that you need to get your beat underneath the vocals of the illustrious Ami Faku. Okay, so that's what you need to know. That was a clue there for you guys that we're looking out for that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about your actual industry experience, because now you've become someone in the industry. How are you finding the other side of the wall, as you might say?
It's actually so difficult. It's extremely difficult. Little sleep, and you honestly have to fully commit to this more than anything if you want to succeed in it. So it requires a lot more than I thought, because I can't say, because before I had envisioned that it's hard, but now I'm experiencing it. So I'm speaking from someone who's experiencing it firsthand, and it's extremely difficult, and you need a lot of courage, hard work, dedication, consistency, and to know your true self and what it is that you want to offer. Yeah.
Tell us some of the hardest points that you've had to experience, even with the TV and all that stuff, which of course we all know from the other side that it's much more difficult than people think. Oh, you just get the TV contract, doesn't mean anything as much as. What have been some of the more difficult points you've had to overcome to gain the experiences that you have now?
Stage. We struggle a lot when it comes to stage in terms of sound. When people don't prioritize sound, it affects the performance. And what I learned is that sometimes you have to sing through a cracking mic because there's people waiting for you and they don't understand the technicalities. And so you have to sometimes work in those conditions, because it's bigger than that person who didn't prioritize the sound. It's you have to do it for your people. So that's one thing I found difficult, but it's still very difficult. It's a struggle to enter a place and the sound isn't up to standard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Do you find now that when you're okay, so you're I would say that people are treating you more as a professional. When you're coming up in the game, you have to do a lot of that kind of hardship and a certain nature as well. But as you find yourself more as a professional, have you found it easier, or has it still been the same sort of experience?
I would say there are easy, experiences about it, but not entirely. Not entirely.
Okay.
So it does become difficult still. It is still difficult.
Okay, cool. So right, tell us now about, where would you, if you're going to go on holiday anywhere in the world, where would it be? I mean, where's that dream destination that you always dreamt? Oh, I'm going to go on that beach and just
Yeah. For me, any island in Jamaica,
Oh, really?
I would jump.
Yeah,
Honestly.
anywhere in Jamaica. That's the name.
Anywhere in Jamaica, as long as any island, yeah.
Okay, cool. Have you actually had any have you ever experienced the Jamaican food? Have you ever had jerk chicken?
No, I've never. I also want to taste their food. I want to experience the entire culture.
Yeah, it's definitely something I recommend It's definitely great. I've been to Jamaica. It's an awesome
Oh,
space.
have
Awesome
you?
space. Yeah, it's really good.
That's cool. That's really cool.
What's your favorite place in South Africa, other than your own town?
I
I'm not
know
gonna
Cape Town. Cape Town.
Cape Town.
Cape Town is my favorite. Yeah,
Why
so
do you like?
peaceful.
Is it
So
peaceful?
peaceful. Yeah, and it just feels like a holiday, you know.
Hmm.
And it's so beautiful. You watch the sunset, the mountain,
Yeah.
the activities you can do there. So Cape Town is a very beautiful city.
Okay. What's your favorite restaurant in South Africa?
Hmm.
Mm.
Restaurant, a favorite one.
What's the one that you tend to go
Uh,
to? The local stop.
the locals. KFC, I feel like it's a quick, nice meal, and it's
Okay.
pretty tasty. I mean, chicken licken. I know it's still fried chicken. I, I don't know anything fried or grilled.
Yeah.
So KFC. Let me say KFC.
Okay. And if you were going to have a little dinner with some wine, what would you say?
There's a restaurant close by that I really love. It's called Bout. It's in Morningside. It's pretty quiet and low key
Hmm.
sometimes. Yeah, so I like it.
You like it there. Okay.
Yeah,
Tell us a little bit about this. You've got a new album coming out and some new music, or
yeah.
is it out already?
No, no. My debut album is out, so now I'm prepping for my second album.
Right, that's right. Tell us about
Yeah.
what we can expect in that and the kind of music we're looking forward to.
I feel like people should expect growth from the first album, um, and me still being me. I feel like people will be very happy about there's some bit of transition in because of the growth. So people should expect a lot of growth. That's all I can say.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. All right. Let's do a couple of relations. So I'm going to give you a scenario. Not scenario. I'm going to give you two words. Just give me which one you prefer. Okay. So would
Okay.
you prefer sneakers or heels?
Sneakers.
Jeans or dresses?
Jeans.
Netflix or night out?
Both. Can't I say
Ah,
both? But
no, yeah.
honestly, Netflix more.
Netflix
Netflix
more.
more. Yeah.
So night in. Okay. Popcorn or oh my gosh, salsa and Doritos.
Salsa and Doritos.
Mm, okay, okay.
Yeah, I prefer that.
Okay, cool. Right. So, if you were to perform with someone who's passed away, a R&B artist, a South African artist, or any global artist, who would that be?
Aliyah. I feel like Aliyah left us
Hmm.
too early, you know. She was phenomenal.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah. Which song would you sing?
which one? Why can't I think of any?
Back and forth.
Back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah, back and forth.
All right, cool. So tell us a little about when you next performing. Okay, let's speak about the experiences currently that we're suffering from the COVID experience. How are you finding that performance wise and working wise?
Working wise, performances we're not performing at all, so that's one of our biggest letdowns.
Hmm.
But I have enough time. I've had enough time to record music,
Hmm.
so in terms of studio, we are being productive.
Hmm.
But the pandemic has affected us in terms of performances. We're not performing at all. We are still on level 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you're on level 3 at the moment. Okay. If you were to, which producers would you really love to work with that you haven't worked with at this moment in time?
Um, Here in Black Coffee, I haven't worked with him. And what else? I haven't worked with Da Capo. Those two are the two ones that I'd really like to work with here in South Africa.
Okay, and internationally?
Internationally, um, I know Pharrell produces, right? I would like
Yeah.
to just watch how he creates the music.
You just want to be in the
Uh,
studio, just hang in the
yeah, just
studio
be
while
in
he's working.
studio. And her. and
Yeah.
her is super talented.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Would you ever do a duet with her?
Yes, she's. I mean, do you understand? She's amazing. Yeah.
Which one of the artists do you stand on? Who are you a total absolute fan of?
Chronics.
Just Chronic still. Female wise, I'm just trying to
Always.
get always Chronics.
Okay. I'm sorry. I always say Chronics. I really
I can see
love
that
his
now.
work.
Yeah.
Okay. Um,
Female. Who?
let me think. Let me think. Simpure Dana, locally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Internationally.
Internationally, who? Growing up, I really I listened to a lot of. I feel like Rihanna was my most
Listen to person.
artist that I listened to consistently way back.
Hmm.
So for now, I can only think of Rihanna. Yeah,
Favorite Rihanna track?
Unfaithful.
Oh.
I mean, I could forgive her. She's so apologetic there. I would easily forgive her. So I love that song.
Okay. And current relationship status. Since we're talking about being unfaithful, current relationship
Ooh,
status.
that part. There's no relationship.
There's no relationship.
We're
Gentlemen,
focusing on music. That's all.
gentlemen, if you're out there, Ami is
No,
single.
she is not looking.
What do you mean? Valentine's is next week, right?
It doesn't matter. I'll be working on Valentine. I have music
Oh my,
to create.
I'm sure you've got someone out there that is going to look to send Valentine's. Look, hit her up on the DMs, slide in the DMs.
Do not, do not be misled.
How do you deal with people sliding in your DMs?
I ignore. That's all. Just ignore. That's all you do.
I mean, have you ever found someone thought, oh, that's really cheeky, and sent back a message like a laugh or anything of that nature?
Have I ever what?
Have you ever replied with a sort of like a emoji because they made you laugh or anything of that nature?
No, I just laugh internally. I always comment internally. And I'm like, okay, that was funny, but I never texted back. No.
So okay, so no, you can do it, but she's just gonna laugh internally, guys. All girls, depending.
Yeah.
It's not. That's it. So tell us a little bit about some of your favorite tracks from your first album.
Um, Jikete now it would be my favorite because it's my first single from that album. It
Hmm.
was a song where I was introducing who Ami Faku was, and yeah, that moment will always be special to me because it was the beginning of the journey.
Hmm.
So which one else? Ebai, which is another name for Port Elizabeth,
Hmm.
and it's a song where I speak about how much home makes me feel some kind of warmth and encourages me to keep going because coming to Joburg to work is quite overwhelming. So the importance of home,
Hmm.
plays home plays a huge role when it comes to how you function because you just need it in order
Hmm.
just for that to remind you of why you're doing what you're doing. So Ebai would be why I love it. And Imali also is a track that speaks about the reality of African people in this continent, the fact that we are living and there's a lot of inequality, and it really makes me uncomfortable that some people never get to have a break in life. And so
Hmm.
that song speaks about the realities of some people. So, yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Would you ever want to do something like put a charity together to help those people that aren't getting the experiences that could be afforded to them if there was another pathway?
Yeah, I would actually, I would. And it's something I'm going to do, but at the right time, when I
Hmm.
finally find my my time to do it because right now it's tough right now with the pandemic. It's
Yeah.
hard to even move and do anything to help other people because it's quite a tough time right now, but
Hmm.
it's something I would love to do in the near future.
Yeah, definitely. Okay. Well, Ami, it's been an absolute pleasure speaking to you. I'm
No,
going to
it's
thank you.
been, thank you, thank you. I'm happy that I
Before we go, you've got a new track that you've just dropped, is it? Or just about to drop?
yeah, I just dropped it 2 weeks ago.
Tell us a little bit about that.
It's a song that speaks about, it's a song that I did for those that we've lost, because I know one thing we all have in common is that we've lost people we love in our lives, and it's a song that gives people some form of comfort and for them to feel better, and also understand the importance of letting go so you can move on, because you have to move on. And those people, I'm certain they want us to enjoy life, because there's only one life, and healing is very important. And that song is about that. It celebrates the lives of those that we've lost.
Awesome. Thank you so much. For those who wanted to go and have a look at that song, please tell them the name and where they can find it.
It's Lalango Kolo. I'm featuring MT, and they can find it on all digital platforms. And yeah, that's how they
Yeah.
can find it.
Go
Yeah.
check it out. I know it's been doing wonderments inside of South Africa, because I've been hearing big things about it. It's appearing on television, on the breakfast television and everything else. I've seen that happening for. Yeah, it's an awesome tune as well. I've had to listen to myself. Go check it out on the YouTube channels. Remember to like, subscribe to the channel here on Drums Radio. We'd like to really thank Ami Faku for joining us here, Mr. Silk, on the show here today. Ami, it's been wonderful speaking with you. I'm sure we're going to connect again. It's not going to be the first time. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
Okay, awesome. Okay, thank you very much. That's the Drums Radio live with Ami Faku. We'll be back very soon with even more. Remember, like, subscribe, so you know when we're going to do that next. Thank you very much.